Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Alan. On this channel we discuss tips and tools for how to raise, breed, and sell Labrador Retrievers as quality family pets. So if you're new here, you might consider subscribing. In today's video, we're going to do some dog breeding Q&A. This is where we address questions that you folks have been writing in on the channel. Let's get to it. All right, let's get to some of these questions. Now there's one question that I've been holding for this Q&A video. Subscriber EP had asked, and this was a couple of months ago, and hopefully you didn't have to wait too long to hear about this. But the answer to the question, it was way too big for a comment on the YouTube channel, so that's why I do these videos. Anyways, EP had asked about genetically testing a puppy that you want to buy. How do you go about doing that? And that's not so easy, especially if you've never done it before. And I can tell you that we recently did this with our dog Wyatt. We brought him into our breeding program about 15 months ago. We bought Wyatt as a puppy, and there's a little bit of a process to go through that, and I want to relate that to you. So first off, obviously you have to find a breeder that you want to buy a dog from and get the appropriate litter going. And whether you're looking for a male or a female, the process is the same. You're going to want to genetically test this puppy. So you need to be transparent with your breeder, first off, and let them know what you intend to do. Now, you're going to be ordering a genetic test kit, the swab and so forth, from whichever genetics testing company you want to use. We use Paw Print Genetics, and they'll send you out a swab, a sample collection kit, if you will. And it really is as simple as getting a cheek swab on this puppy. But obviously you're going to have to pick out a puppy. So this involves a physical trip to the breeder. So you're going to be going to that location wherever that puppy is. You're probably going to have to put a deposit on this puppy and reserve that puppy just like any other puppy purchase. So in the case of Wyatt, I went and put a deposit on the puppy, and I'm going to collect a genetic sample, and I'm going to basically speak for that puppy, just like when people place a deposit with me for a puppy. And you're taking this dog off the market at this point. And as with the case for most puppy deposits, if you choose not to go through with the purchase, you will be forfeiting that deposit. And this is just the cost of being in this business, folks. This is how it goes. So you're going to speak for that puppy and let the breeder know up front that you're going to come and pick that puppy out, and then you're going to collect the genetic sample and send it off to the lab. Hey folks, if you're getting value from this video, do us a favor and hit that like button. It really does help out quite a bit. And if you want to support our channel, you can visit us at mustlovelabs.com/tools. And thanks in advance for doing that. In most cases, the breeder is going to be perfectly okay with this. Probably they've had to do it themselves. This is just part of breeding, bringing a puppy into your breeding program. And most breeders understand what's going on here, or at least they should. It's a pretty generic thing. So you'll get that swab and you'll send it off to the lab. And there's about a 2-week turnaround in most cases. And Paw Print Genetics, for instance, they pretty much advertise that, about 14 days, about 2 weeks. And so you're going to want to be looking for a breed panel, whatever breed you're working with, and you're going to be looking for the known traits, diseases, characteristics that are prone to the breed. And you also might be interested in coat color genetics, because nowadays, if you understand the coat color genetics for these puppies, they can tell you what the puppies are going to look like if you know the genetics for the dog that it's going to be breeding with. And you can get an idea for how the pups will look before you ever breed. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, pretty cool. That's technology. So about a 2-week turnaround on this genetic sample, and you'll get back a full report from whatever genetics company you're working with. And then you can decide whether or not you want to go through with the puppy purchase. Now, again, if you choose not to, if there's a genetic issue that you don't want to deal with, And very few animals are genetically perfect, by the way. And this is why we test. It's important to understand. You can have a puppy that's a carrier for an issue, but they haven't actually expressed it themselves. And as long as they don't breed with another carrier of the same issue, their puppies won't express it. Whatever this issue is, it'll just go down through the ages lying dormant until you breed two carriers of the same issue together. Then their puppies have a chance for expressing the issues. And this is why we genetically test. So, and the coat color genetics may or may not be what you're looking for. So again, the test will reveal these issues. 2 weeks in, you'll find out. At this point, most people speak for a puppy at about age 4 weeks, 5 weeks, right in there. Your puppy will now be 6 to 7 weeks old, and you can make a firm decision on whether or not you're going to go ahead and bring that dog into your program. I hope that helps. All right, next question. Rebecca Stack had asked, at what age is it okay to let people come and visit the puppies? This is not exactly set in stone. It's breeder's preference, but we prefer about 4 weeks minimum. 5 would actually be my preference, but no earlier than 4 weeks. Their immune systems are still way too fragile, and you want to limit their exposure to lots of different things. Now, you had specifically asked about a parvo risk. It's important to understand where the parvo comes from. It comes out of the ground, basically, and incubates in feces and whatnot. Preventative, make sure people's shoes are clean. And you may even choose to not let them, walk around in your kennel. That's all up to you. Hope that helps. Okay, next question. HT Soldier had asked, at what age do we separate the pups from the mother? Well, I can tell you that here at Must Love Labs, we never completely separate the pups from the mother. Now, I understand the root of your question. At what point do we stop having them be around the mother constantly? I think is closer to the mark. And for us here at week 5, right at the beginning of week 5, we take the pups out of our house when they're born, when they're whelped, all the way up to the middle of week 4, coming up on week 5. They're right in my house. They're in my living room. But then we take them out to our puppy habitat out in the kennel that we have set up for puppies. And we've got my kennel tour part 2. We'll show you all about that. I'll put in a card right here that'll take you to that video, and you can see our puppy habitat. So we still bring the mother out twice a day during feeding and for parenting. So she'll still spend an hour to 2 hours with the puppies at each feeding every day, all the way up until they leave my kennel. And she enjoys spending that time with them. They enjoy having her spend that time with them. She will continue to nurse them even while you're transitioning them over to kibble. So during that process, we always make sure that we feed them first. We want them to fill up on kibble and then give mom access to them. And it's more of a nurturing thing in the later stages. She won't even have any milk left, but she'll still let them come and suckle for a minute or two, and then she'll get into some parenting. So that's a big answer for the question, but at what age do we do this? At about week 5. They'll overnight in the kennel at that point, and we just bring the mother out to be with them on a limited basis. Prior to that, from the whelping all the way up to week 5, the mother's with them 24/7. I hope that helps. If you'd like to watch some more Q&A style videos, we've got a playlist for those right here. And if you'd like to learn more about becoming a dog breeder, we've got a playlist for that right here. You can always visit us on the web at mustlovelabs.com, and thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.